One of the things we are hampered with at times, quite frankly, is our infrastructure, is the size of our facility, is the resources we have to bring to bear to teach them.
There's too many students and not enough classrooms.
Are students learning English? Yes. Are they learning social studies? Yes. Could they be learning it better? Yes.
Goals, Princeton.
I always had the idea of being an astronaut.
And that takes resources.
We have an English teacher teaching English in a computer lab.
And we're looking at rooms, I'm saying, how can I take this room that was never meant to be a science lab, never meant to be a lab for advanced placement physics, and how are we going to modify it and duct tape things together and hang things from the ceiling to make it happen?
One of the additional challenges for space in the building is study hall space.
I don't finish my projects, labs, or any homework because of the distractions.
Students typically have about 6.5 credits, which means one semester at least they usually are in a study hall, and because our student population has grown so much and our classroom space has to be used strictly for classrooms, we've had to put students in study hall in the cafeteria.
In my view, one of the significant improvements that we would have if the referendum passed is we could take kids out of study hall, which we're currently doing now, large numbers of kids in study hall, and strategically and specifically direct them to targeted areas in the school where we would have staff members available so that they could get the extra support that they might need.
We have over 2,000 kids. We had a high school that's built for about 12 to 1,400, and space is an issue.
We're in a facility that is not equipped to handle the number of students we have.
When I came in 1981, we still use the same athletic facilities, and most of the school is in the same way that it's been since that point.
We maximize the use of the mobiles.
Mobile classrooms are supposed to be temporary.
My understanding is they've been here for over 5 years.
Last winter, well, on days we would come in and often have to wear about 3 sweatshirts just to stay warm, and the kind of difficulties with weather change and just kind of commuting outside in the snow and puddles really just took your mind off what you really should be learning.
But in the end, in order for kids to get to the mobiles, they have to exit the building.
One concern we have with the mobiles is there's classes out here each period. So that means there's students that will enter the building here through a couple doors each period. Now that presents a problem with us because any person could blend in with the students and gain access to the school without any problem. If we get rid of the mobiles, that means there's no reason anyone should be coming in. So get rid of the mobiles and that'll make our schools so much safer.
The referendum would eliminate have to leave the school building in order to get to these other classes, and would also decrease the amount of late students in the school.
It's really crowded in the school. It makes it hard to get to classes.
Those students are actually getting the tardies that they shouldn't be.
My classes are usually overcrowded and have more students than the teacher's capable to getting to throughout the hour.
With the growth in the student population and the fixed space, we've increasingly had difficulty in locating appropriate rooms for students to have courses in.
We have classes taking place in facilities that aren't built to house those classes. For example, we have learning going on in a retired auto shop.
My classes, they're really crowded.
It's just that more classrooms are needed to put students in their classrooms that they should be in.
The design of the classrooms that is proposed is a totally different environment. So it's a collaborative space. It's a space where students will have access to kind of the way more modern the work world is. They will work together. They have tables instead of rows of desks.
I believe they should be a lot more electives. They're not getting the ones that are interested to help them in college. Students, they want to do law or entrepreneurship, and they can't do that because they don't have the electives. So if the referendum was passed, so many students' doors would open up for them.
The referendum encompasses several aspects of renovations to the high school. There is 3 additions that are being proposed to be built: a gymnasium, a wing with 24 classrooms, and then another wing with 4 state-of-the-art science labs.
We would have an opportunity to expand some of our elective credit-bearing classes that we offer.
In addition to the additional classrooms, the common spaces, and the gymnasium, the front entrance of the high school will be renovated to provide better access and security.
I think if we expanded to school to where we have more classes for like my major and other people's majors, that would be great.
Round Lake School District is a government entity, and as such, a portion of our revenue comes from property taxes. There are 2 types of property taxes that are collected by the district. One is for the operations of the school district. The other is to repay prior debt. A portion of that debt is paid off annually and is expected to be completely paid off in the next 11 years. If the referendum passes, the district will be issuing $29 million of new debt. In addition, we will be refinancing some of that prior debt to ensure that the tax rate stays the same for the next 16 years.
I would really like to encourage everybody before they make a decision to make sure they're educated on the facts. And I would be more than happy at any time for any community member, whether they have kids in the school or not, to come to the high school, take a tour, and really to learn more about what we're capable of and where we think we're headed from a variety of aspects, should we get this opportunity. So I just want to make sure that people make their decision based on factual information.